Good evening. The news summary for this Friday, 1st September. Seychelles have won another bronze medal in pétanque at the Indian Ocean Islands game today. The medal was won by Joseph Sinon, Fabien Changtim, and Roy Meriton in the triplet category. They lost their semi-final game against Mauritius on the final score of 13-3. And tonight at 7:30 p.m., the Seychelles men's basketball team will be playing against Madagascar in the semi-final. The Seychelles Prison Services will be putting a greater emphasis on the mental health and well-being of prisoners. This is part of the strategic plan for 2024 to 2029, which will see the prison services change to become Seychelles Correctional Services. The Commissioner of Prisons, Raymond Setange, said a high percentage of prisoners have trauma and mental illnesses, which contributed towards setting them on a criminal path. In the 2024 to 2029 strategic plan, they will be managing prisoners and separating them into different facilities. They will be opening a high security prison, a facility for youth offenders, and a remand center at Perseverance. The prison service will also be making certain changes to Montagne-Posay prison to improve the quality of the environment.
We seek to continually improve and progress forward. Our team of dedicated staff remain committed to seeing that we do become and are regarded as a premier correctional institution. We are certainly determined to rehabilitate those who have committed crimes and, having been convicted, to serve their time positively. Our ultimate aim, where possible, is to successfully reintegrate back to society those who fell and succumbed to negative influences. Safer communities, a must. If we are to reform, then this goal must be achieved.
Product labeling, branding and packaging, export management, marketing, financial literacy, e-commerce, and logistics and supply chain management are several topics which a group of local women entrepreneurs in the agricultural sector have been updated on during a one-week workshop. The workshop, known as RECAMP, Regional Enterprise Competitiveness and Access to Markets program, was organized by COMESA Federation of Women in Business, COMFWEB Seychelles chapter. COMFWEB's Chief Executive Officer, Chikakula Miti, who is based in Malawi, also attended the workshop and this morning's presentation of certificates ceremony at the CEPS conference room in Orion Mall.
In the COMESA region, 70 to 80% of cross-border trade is attributed to women. Basically, whenever you go, like in inland Africa, you see on the borders a number of women who are moving or who are trading across the region. The women are really playing a very important role in terms of supporting cross-border trade. But there are a number of bottlenecks which women are facing in terms of cross-border trade. There are a number of barriers, such as greater difficulties in complying with regulatory and procedural requirements. Sometimes they're not aware of the protocols which have been signed by our governments. We thank our governments for taking a lead in signing all these protocols, but sometimes the women entrepreneurs are not aware of the benefits of these regulations which have been put on the table. The private sector in the COMESA region continues to face numerous challenges that hamper their ability to grow and expand their businesses and to compete favorably in regional and international markets. Therefore, the RECAMP project is being implemented to address some of those bottlenecks on how women can be able to meet market entry requirements.
Seychelles have strengthened ties in health with Zambia and Rwanda. Health Minister Peggy Vidot met her Zambian and Rwandan counterparts on the sidelines of the 73rd Regional Committee of the Africa region of the World Health Organization to initiate new collaborations.
In the meeting with Zambian Minister of Health, Sylvia Masebo, Minister Vidot agreed to expedite the signing of an MOU through diplomatic channels to facilitate Zambian health professionals to work in Seychelles as early as possible. The MOU will also allow Seychellois health professionals to be trained in Zambia. A Seychelles Ministry of Health communique adds that discussions have been ongoing between the two sides since early this year for the recruitment of doctors. Discussions with the Rwandan Minister of Health, Dr. Sabe Sanzimana, is a follow-up to the MOU signed with Rwanda in June this year during the state visit of Rwandan President Paul Kagame. Minister Vidot and her Rwandan counterpart agreed to the visit of a delegation from the Seychelles Ministry of Health to Rwanda for Seychelles to have a deeper insight into the health training facilities, the primary health care system, and the use of electronic health information system there, amongst others.
A group of students have received their certificates after following a course under the R2R Project. Altogether, 3 cohorts under that project have received their certificates held over the period 2022 to early July 2023. The objective of the R2R project is to take a whole island approach to improving management and conservation of upland forest, agriculture, ecosystem, coastal and marine ecosystem in Seychelles.
One course was on how to go out and sample the aquatic environment, going into the field, coming back, processing the samples and doing nutrient analysis, which is a lot of laboratory work. The other 2 courses were looking at the database that we are developing. The database will house all of the environmental data that the Seychelles is generating. So we want to do this as a national database. It will be on a website. People will then be able to go. If they're at Angela Mush or if they're at Captain A, they will be able to click on the site and they will get information about it. But for people to upload information, we were giving training. The university is we're really excited. As I've mentioned, we are upgrading our laboratory facilities to make them state-of-the-art. We want to be accredited so that we can do a lot more water quality analysis, not just for research, but also for the public. You know, if we've got farmers that feel that something's wrong on my farm, I don't know what's going on, they can submit the samples to us and we will process the samples. So we are really interested in providing a service to the greater Seychelles, to our partners, to the public, but at the same time also training the next generation of scientists to work in these laboratories, to be able to go out there, problem solve, see what's going on, come back, find the solutions, generate the knowledge that the country needs.
The president of the World Artistic Dance Federation has addressed the issue of the first ever All-African Artistic Dance Championship to President Weaver Ramkalawan. This activity will be held this evening and tomorrow at the Berjaya Bouvalombi Hotel. Niels Haken Carlson was speaking to the media shortly after paying a courtesy call to the president at State House this morning. Mr. Carlson is in the country to attend the All-African Artistic Dance Championship. He was accompanied on this visit by 3 other senior officials from WADAF as well as the local representative Mariettine Ogali. Also present was the Secretary General for Culture, Heritage and Arts, David Andre, some 200 dancers from across 6 countries, namely Russia, South Africa, Ghana, Serbia, Philippines, and as well as the host country Seychelles, are taking part in this competition.
We were talking about the Seychelles, of course, and that this is the first competition we are running in Africa, and we want to come back, and we are very pleased that the dancers and the dance schools here in the Seychelles has such a good support. I was here last year preparing for this competition, so we've been planning it for 2 years actually, so it's a lot of planning.
So what do we expect out of this competition?
A lot of happy dancing and very nice people and good dancing, of course. We have representatives coming from Europe and Russia as well, and they're good, very good dancers, but the big amount of dancers will come from Africa, of course. So no, we think it's going to be a fabulous competition, yes.
That's the end of this news summary. Join me at 8 for the news bulletin in Creole. Until then, have a pleasant evening.